Over the years, I've worked with plenty of guys who've messed up their marriages and then, by God's grace, rolled up their sleeves and made a commitment to restore what they've damaged. That's hard work. And surveying the damage which has been done can be the worst part of it. And as a guy who's done plenty of damage himself, I appreciate how grueling that can be. Remember this: if you're a husband who has sexually sinned, then your sin was never just about you. Someone else was damaged, sometimes in ways that are pretty horrible to consider. To make restitution, you need to restore what you took from her, and you need to find the right words and the right ways to do that. Let's talk about this. 3 things I'd like you to do ASAP: acknowledge, listen, and clarify. First, acknowledge. Tell her that you acknowledge the nature of your sin. It's not enough to just say, I committed adultery or I used pornography. It's just a partial confession because it acknowledges the action, but not the nature of the action. Tell her you acknowledge the consequences of your behavior. Make sure she knows you're aware of the impact your sin had. Acknowledge that you've shattered her trust and that she may be unable to believe anything you say for some time. Acknowledge how difficult it must be for her to be civil to you and how crushing it must be to wonder if she'll ever feel safe with you again. Then acknowledge your limited ability to understand the pain you've caused. Tell her that you can't fully understand the hurt because, and this is vital, you did it to her. She didn't do it to you. Then listen. Tell her you want to know what she's going through and that you'd like to understand it better. Promise that you'll just listen without interrupting or defending yourself while she tells you what it was like learning about your sin. The shock, the fear, the disbelief, and what it's like dealing with the aftermath of it. Listen carefully while she tells you this and make sure she knows you're listening. Then never, never forget what you've heard. And see to it that you never have to hear it again. Then finally, clarify. Clarify your intentions, as in what you're going to do to ensure this doesn't happen again. Clarify your recovery plan, who you'll be meeting with, what materials you'll be reading, what steps you'll be taking, because after all, what good are your tears if they're not followed by action? Trust is only rebuilt through a combination of time and consistency. She can decide to forgive you, certainly, but she can't just decide to trust. If someone's betrayed by you, you stop trusting him. And once that happens, you can't turn on the trust again. It can only grow when that person who broke your trust shows consistency over a period of time. So maybe you have your work cut out for you. Patiently and consistently follow your plan to rebuild with a servant's heart and an eye towards restoring peace in your home. And in due time, you're going to reap the rewards. Here's a sample of what I find husbands need to say, and more to the point, what wives need to hear. I know what I've done, and I've done more than commit a sexual sin. I've betrayed you by breaking a sacred promise I made before you and God. That betrayal must have shattered you, and you've got every reason to be enraged, heartbroken, and suspicious. I made you that way. I also deceived you. I lied to you with words, and even when I wasn't lying with my words, I lied with actions. I know that now. As a result, you don't trust me. You probably don't even feel you know me, and I don't blame you. But I'm determined to make you feel once again that you really do know who and what I am. I won't presume to say I know what you're going through. I know you're hurt, furious, bewildered, and scared, but I don't really know what all of that feels like because this is a pain I put on you. You didn't put it on me. But please help me. Help me understand what you're going through. Tell me what it's like, and I promise I won't run away or defend myself when you tell me. I'll listen no matter how hard it is to hear it. But I know you need more than words. You need to know what I'm going to do about all of this, so here is the recovery plan I'll be following. You'll be able to see whether or not I'm sticking to it. I know my credibility is low. So for now, I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm asking you to watch me. Sow in humility. Apply yourself in patience, and you'll reap in due time.